Okay, so I was just busy unloading the pressure pots. I have a couple new trinket dishes to unmold, and I also have two more molds that I just casted. However, first we're going to take a little peek at the newest creation, and I'm going to share this for 1 second to a Facebook page. If you just, all right, I don't want to see that I almost clicked this right off. How about that? I don't know if you caught the little videos that I put on my Instagram and my Lacrange Creations Facebook page of this brand new design that I came up with for my crystal ashtray. So this is brand new. Not sure what I'm going to do as far as like I'm not sure if people are really going to like it that much that they're going to want to buy it. So far it's the mold is a little bit too big, so I'm going to try another process. You see how big this is? This is like huge. That would be a fortune for someone to buy. So we're going to try it with something else. Going to try a piece of PVC pipe and see how that works as far as cutting down on a little bit of the size of it. I mean, if you see that, you're only supposed to have like that much around an item. So I made a big square box around it, and I got some advice from another creator, and they said to cut the corners off. So I cut the corners off because it was even bigger. I couldn't even get it out. My husband and I struggled together to get it out, and that's what I had posted. And so I cut the sides off to try to make it smaller. But the reason why it's so high in that is because here's the tip of the crystal, and I still have to come above it like that much. So I'm really not, I mean, I really think it's going to still be a large mold because it has to be. So I don't know how much, if any, like I could shave off safely. Like this is huge. So I'm not sure, if people are really going to want to buy something that's this big because but shipping's going to be a lot. It's going to have to go into one of their larger boxes, like the $14 box. And that's just for the United States. And with the amount of silicone that's here, it's going to be a lot. And there's nothing that I could really do about that. It's just the cost of what I pay for the stuff plus the shipping that would be incurred and out of country shipping would be like outrageous. So maybe I will just make the ashtrays, doll them up a little bit, and just sell the ashtrays. I'm just not sure what to do at this point, and I gotten barely any feedback on it. So I really don't know how people feel. So I don't know. I know that it costs a lot for this website that I have, and I've been thinking about it, and in a year I'm going to assess whether or not it's worth it for me to have the website and for me to continue creating all these creations if people aren't really going to have an interest in it. So I can just keep all my creations and designs to myself and just have a great time all by myself and not have it cost me so much money. So, you know, I, I don't, just because I think things are fantastic and amazing, apparently other people really don't. There's very few people who, you know, really follow through with having an interest, and I think this is fantastic. And I want to make one for my mom. And there's some different ideas that I have. Plus, I have other ideas on making other styles too. And it is a difficult mold to make because of all the different shapes and things in here. So it is, it takes a lot of strength just to get it out of the mold itself. But anyway, that's my latest in case anyone hasn't seen it. And I think it's beautiful. And I really love it. And I worked really hard at it. So I'd appreciate your comments, good or bad. Okay. So as always, I'm going to be doing a little filming on the side here so that I could, post my pictures in my video up. And if that's going to bother anybody, then you can just do whatever you need to do. I'm not changing my ways. People have with their little complaints and that, go live in a perfect world someplace else because you're not going to have a perfect world where I'm at. We deal with reality here. So this is one of my newest trinket dish molds. It's from an antique dish that was given to me, and I did it in clear. I made it clear, and I took some of the pretty pigments, Gold Rush Iridescent Gold, on a paintbrush, and I painted inside the part of the mold where the bow is, and then I took some of the I believe it was Aztec purple from Eye Candy, and I painted inside the flower area. So when you see that come out, that's what the colors are. And I left these in a lot longer than they were supposed to be because I wanted to make sure that they would come out nice and hard. And look how beautiful. I love it. There, you can see it a little better down there. So I think that came out beautiful. Beautiful rose. Beautiful bow. So that's going to be and that is upraised. That is 3D for sure. I really love it. I think it turned out beautiful. I was confident that it was going to turn out just perfect because the mold just looks so perfect. Yeah. It's so cool looking. So imagine, if you did that with a white background, had a white background, whatever colors you did would show up. This was just a dusting, just used a little dusting on here. If you had blue in the background, see that? Or purple. Very pretty. Really love it. So that's going to be called the Rose Trinket Dish. And we'll give you a little dimension on there. 3 inches by 4 1/4 by 1 inch. I really love it. Really, really, really love it. I hope you like it too. And look at that on the black. Look how that looks on the black. How about that? Pretty, pretty, pretty. Oh, so pretty. I love it. So we'll break this up a little bit. I won't unveil the other one yet. I'll show one of these. This is one of my amethyst tip molds. And the color was a black diamond for my candy. I think it might have been, yeah. I think it looks pretty. What do you think? Beautiful. I love it. That was leftover resin. So I needed to do something with that leftover resin. And this mold is listed on the website and on Etsy. I love it. It's beautiful, of course. It's a LaCranche creation. Okay, and here's one of our, this is a little, the little round trinket dish. This dish I made, I forget how long, a month or two ago. And I used the leftover iridescent gold by Pretty Pigments. And the same colors. And how does that look? My favorite spiritual colors. I love it. Do, 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 do. Beautiful. Beautiful. I think it came out great. I love it. I just love it. I'm so spoiling myself with all these things that I make, keeping myself happy and company. Okay, so this mold can be found on Etsy and on my website, lacranchecreations.com. This one is actually $35. I actually remember the price of that. I have 5 coupon codes listed on the homepage under featured products. And if any of those codes don't work for you or they're not working with the combination that you're doing, just let me know and I'll see if there's something that I could do about that. Okay. All right, I'll get to the next one. So this is another brand new release for a small trinket dish. Oh gosh, where was this one from? I can't remember. I have to think. Let me see. I think I have the dish here. I just want to tell you where it's from. This one was made in, the actual dish was from France. It's an antique from France. And it's a sweet little dish, and there is an impression. I don't know if you could see it, but there is an impression of flowers. Very light, sweet little impression. inside of there of flowers. And the measurements of this trinket dish are 3.5 inches by 3.5 inches by 3/4 of an inch. And of course, the mold's a little bit bigger than that. I love that. It looks so pretty. This is the iridescent gold from Pretty Pigments, PRITTY pigments.com. They're out of China. When you go to their website, like they make stuff for cosmetics, like all kinds of stuff, and they don't show their prices. You actually have to email them to place an order. And they were the first company that ever sponsored me any products because I couldn't get any American companies to sponsor me, because I was a new YouTube channel and I had no followers. And this company sent me 3 100-gram bags, and they were my first supporters. And I heard other people putting down the companies in China and overseas, and I thought, well, that's certainly not right, because none of the company, that company that was complaining about that, whatever, they weren't sponsoring anything. They weren't helping anybody out. So I've done a lot, a lot. I have 127 videos, and a lot of my videos I've used this product in, and it's beautiful. They sent me 3 different shades of the gold. I would love to see what they have in purple and pink and blue. So I will be contacting them again this year sometime. And I have a special big project that I wanted to do last year and I didn't get around to it. So I really need to get that other project done so that I could show them a video of that. But yeah, these colors are absolutely beautiful by them. Fantastic, and just such good-hearted people. When someone across the world believes in you, when people in your own country don't, that's really saying something. They are really, really nice people. I really appreciate them doing that for me. And I don't even know the value of what they sell their products for because they don't list it and they didn't tell me. But I know it cost them $75 to send that to America to sponsor me. So I was just so grateful for that. Okay, so I have made a couple of these um, druzy molds castings already, so you may have seen this already. But oh, there goes the furnace. The hot water heater's going on. It's gonna get a little loud in here. But see, that's just the reality that we have here. We deal with real life. So this one is made with the Pretty Pigments Gold. And if you could see the druzies, can you see them sparkling throughout the whole thing? I can't get my camera to focus any better because it's like a stationary webcam. I don't know if you could see that. I don't know if turning out the light helps. Let's see. I could see it sparkling. I apologize if you can't see it sparkling. And all the edges are cut rhinestones, beautiful cut rhinestones. So they shine just beautiful. I really wish that I could do this more justice. So I have another one that I'm going to do. I have two more smaller drusies that I'm doing, and I have a couple other really cool items that I'm going to be molding. And what I want to do is put like three, maybe four, but that's just going to up the price if I have to do four. But maybe I'll do like one here and one here and one here. If I maybe I will eventually do the four, but really cool. I got a few really cool ones coming up that I'll be doing soon. I still have two giant molds over here that I haven't opened up. I still have another giant mold that I have to pour for another uh, really big crystal cluster, and that's I don't know what I'm going to do with that because it's going to be limited probably. It depends how the main one comes out and if I can cast off the main one because I need to return that. That one doesn't belong to me. It was loaned to me to make a mold out of. So it's just going to be really trial and error. I believe this is listed for, gosh, I don't want to say the wrong price. It's either 1850 or 2250, something like that, plus shipping. Yeah. So I had a whole stack. If you saw my post on Instagram or maybe even Facebook, I had a stack like this of mold boxes ready to go. These are mold boxes. So I had stacks of them just ready to go, and I had no silicone. So I had to wait till I saved up for the silicone. It's extremely expensive. Um, it's like, what was it? $196 for the gallon. So, it costs a lot. And of course, if I do food grade molds, it's even more expensive than that. So, if anyone wants food grade molds made out of any of what you're seeing on my website, you need to email me or message me and ask me if I can make that for you in a food grade mold. And I'll give you a price quote and I'll let you know if I can or not. Because when you use the sugar isomalt, you can really use that for a lot. And I want to try to get a pound of that and make some crystals and make some molds out of the sugar just to give a little demonstration on how to use my molds. But I'm a work in progress and I'm doing the best that I can with what I have so I can do things a little at a time. I don't have every company sponsoring me products that I can just whip out and start doing all kinds of cool stuff whenever I want. I do the best that I can, and I hope that people appreciate that and that maybe they can use my molds in what they do. So I am debating right now whether I should end this video and start a new video just to unmold the new molds, which I have not casted in yet. I just took these out of the pot with the resin. So instead of ending it, we'll just look at a couple little molds that I bought, and I just put my extra resin into them. So this was a cute little sugar skull, and it's a little dull. It's not a shiny mold. Oh wow, I didn't realize that camera over there was still on. Okay. Um, so I don't know if you could see that. It's pretty cute. It's got the little sugar skull face in it. It's kind of cute. Again, I was just using up my leftover. I'm not good at pouring the right amounts. Even if I use a calculator thingy, do a majigger, I still end up with a lot of extra. And that's just how I roll. So this one, sometimes when I'm tightening up my pressure pot, the pot jumps and then my resin moves, or It's from the 50 pounds of pressure that I put into the pot, and possibly if I have too much resin, maybe it's moving the resin. I don't know. I haven't figured that part out yet. So this is what I do. Let me see how thin these are. I might be able to take a pair of scissors and cut this instead of, sometimes I snip with the jewelry pliers, and sometimes I just cut with scissors, but I like to do that before it fully sets up so I don't have to sand. And these are just for me to fool around with. You know, this is just using up the extra resin. You know, if I get in the mood, maybe I'll make earrings out of them. I have bags of these wings, and I have bags of all kinds of items that I have molded up that I just haven't had time to make anything with. So if you see anything you like that I have and you would like me to try to make earrings or whatever, I can give you a quote on what that would cost. I only like to do things really made to order, so that it's worth my time to do something. So these little jewelry snippers, they're wire cutters actually for jewelry making. They work really well at getting that extra resin off. So those are cute. So as much as I love making my own molds, I still like using the other people's too. I'll be carving some of my own wings up soon. As soon as I get time. So they came out cute. I really love that pretty pigment color. I really do. And let's see what we have here. Let me move these out of the way a little bit. I have a beautiful gem coming up that I'm going to be molding. Just haven't had time. I have a couple things that I'm busy doing for my marketing. Yes, it helps my channel if you comment. Obviously, like, my videos are a little long for people to share, but whether you comment good or bad, it's going to help the channel, and that's the cool part about that. Even when people get thumbs down, it doesn't matter. It helps their channel. It helps their, what's it called, the analytics and the algorithms. So those over-opinionated people, they're actually helping. So I think I'm going to probably go over to my other YouTube channel and unmold the molds there, because they're not castings. They're not in resin. They're just with the original items. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I don't get paid by that company to make videos showing the use of their products. I just happen to love that company because they changed my life and make my life exciting. And it's so much fun. So I don't get paid for it. So that's a cute little doohickey. So yeah, I'll be listing these molds up. These are the two newest molds, trinket dishes. They will be getting listed up on lacranchecreations.com, same name as the channel. And I haven't decided what I'm going to do with this. I'm still waiting for more feedback to see if people would have an interest on purchasing a crystal ashtray. Um, like I said, the mold is huge, and it's not something that's, you know, it's going to have a good price on it because it uses a lot of product. It took a lot of time, and I'm still tweaking the mold itself. So someone who was really serious about it I would, you know, only expect someone who's serious to contact me about that. But I still would like comments on if you like it. Um, maybe what colors you might want to see me molded in. Something, something. So I'm going to go. Thank you for everything. Thank you for your support. And let's see. Today's the 2nd. In 2 days, I'm doing the drawing again for the 200 subscriber because I had 3 winners. I extended it to 3 from 1 winner, and I made 3 winners, and none of the 3 have contacted me. So I'm just going to redraw, and yeah, if nobody contacts me for that one, then I have a few people who I'm just going to give them to. So that's that. That's on May 4th. We're going to do a drawing, a redraw. So I'll let everybody know about that. And I'm going to go over to Smooth On Girl channel, and I'm going to do a live over there, and I'm just going to unbox these other molds, the new molds. They're not castings. They're just mold boxes, and I'm going to do them on my Smooth On Girl channel. Okay, rock on. Make something beautiful, everybody. Love ya. Thanks for everything. We'll see you soon. Ciao.